Hi there, Rimantas Petrauskas. In this video I want to show you how to update your Signal Magician to version 1.96. So I have quite a list of steps that we need to take for the update, but don't get overwhelmed, it's quite easy. So let's begin. The step number one is to create a copy of sample configuration file under a new name and then edit that configuration file to meet your requirements and so on. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to switch to my Total Commander application. That's the app that I'm using to browse through my folders on the computer and also connect to my FTP server. So on the left side, I kind of have Signal Magician files that you usually receive after purchase. So everyone should be familiar with these files. And on the right side, I have my FTP server and particularly my Signal Magician members area files. So first, I will go inside the web folder and then I will locate smconfig sample file. So if that would be just a fresh installation, I would have to create a copy of that file, then edit it and so on. But because it's an upgrade, like an update, so I will just download my current version of VavaTrade configuration file to my computer right here. I will select both of these files. I go to Files and then I choose Compare by Content. Now here we go. So both files are now compared in front of my screen, and I can just see on the left side I see my VavaTrade configuration file, kind of the one for the version of Signal Magician 195. And on the right side, I see the sample configuration file of the 196 Signal Magician. So I just need to match my sample configuration file with the settings of my currently, with the current usage settings by VavaTrade. So I will switch to edit mode. And I just click next difference and it just locates the differences, So what I'm going to do here is just click the copy. So I need to copy the database name. And then I locate the next difference. It's the MySQL username. I copy that as well. Next difference is my password. I copy that as well. Next difference is something that appears on the new configuration but is missing on the old configuration, so I'm not going to delete that. Obviously I will just go next. And now it's an important step: EA version. Do not update EA version on the new configuration file. It should be the one that you want to use, which is essentially 196 for the latest version, obviously. So I just leave it as is. Go to next difference. I just leave it as is. Here we go. So next difference is the template name and this parameter trade history store count. So software doesn't use it anymore, so I will just ignore it. Don't bother yourself with that. And I will just need to copy my template name just like that. Then I go for next difference, which is memcache. I need to set it to true to enable it. And then the next difference is unique ID for the memcache connection. I will update it as well. I go to next difference and it's EA synchronization rate. It's kind of outdated feature because currently you can set that on the website, but just as a default value, I'll just copy that to. Here we go. I will just skip all these PayPal links and the rest of the info. Okay, so now it asks me to save the files, but actually I just need to save the right file, and I will click Save Right. Here we go. So now we have a new configuration file and this is the old one. So I will just delete the old one, or maybe I would just rather rename it in case I will need it later for something. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is upload a configuration file to the web server, which will make my, all the EAs to recognize that it's a new version, and they should stop working. Now, let's take a look at our VPS server to see how the EAs are running now. Let me open that window for you. Okay, so here we go. So I'm inside my VPS server, and we can see that I have my server EA running right there, which is old version, and also I have two clients, one in GBA Brokers and the other one on FX Open. So I will just go and upload the file. Oh, sorry, just uploaded it as a sample. Let me rename it to some config. Here we go. I override the file. Let's go to the VPS server. And here we go. So it stopped working, and if I click to client EA and the other client EA as well, all of them just show that the version is outdated and I need a new version to download it from the members area. Now, obviously, now the next step would be to update the members area. So let's take a look at the next step, and it says that, yeah, it's set in the desired settings in the config file, so we've done that. And then we need to copy files inside web folder from the download package to the public HTML on your web server. So if you have created a subdomain, there should be a newly created folder on the web server, and this is where you need to copy the file. So that's exactly what I have. I have public HTML/members. That's a separate folder on my web server for my subdomain members, wawatrade.com. So what I need to do is to just select the files, all of those files except for the configuration file. I already uploaded it, and I just click F5 to copy the files, click OK, and then click Overwrite. And now all the files will be uploaded on the right side, which would make my control panel to be updated to the most recent version of the Signal Magician. Now, while the files upload, I will click pause and get back to you in a minute. Okay, the upload is complete and all the new files are already on the server. So let's take a look at this steps list. So the step number 4 would be to copy license.txt file, but it's already there because I had the Magician installed previously, but if that would be the new installation, so license key stored in this folder right here. But I don't need to upload it, it's already on the server. So the step number 5 is to import the data from MySQL file. Importing the file would overwrite any data from the older Signal Magician version. So if you don't want to overwrite the data, and in most cases you don't want to overwrite it, so don't import that file during the update process. Rather, just go to the members area, click on the link at the top left, which takes you to the welcome page, and you will see that there appears this MySQL update message, and it basically lists all the updates that should be applied to the software. So I just click update MySQL database, click OK, just wait for the update to complete, and then it says go back to the welcome page to check if there are any more updates. I go back to welcome page and I see that no database updates appear, so it means I have the most recent version of the database. The database version also can be found right over there. Here we go. It's the latest version. Okay, so sorry, here's the database version. Okay, so let's take a look at the next step. The next step is to set correct PHP path to the email alerts plugin. Now, in most cases, you don't need to do this, but I just include this step because there are some servers that do not use default location of the PHP binary file, so sometimes you need to change that. It would be a good idea to take a note before uploading the files, but here's the file, plugin email alerts, and if I open that for review, here is the first line that needs to be changed. But it's not for all servers, it's something that very few servers need to do. But if email alerts plugin doesn't work with this PHP binary path, then you should consult your hosting provider just to know what PHP binary you should be using. Okay, so the next step would be to set permissions to folder uploads to 777. I think I had this I already have this set up, but in case you don't, just here's the command, at least for the total commander, chmod space 777 space uploads, and click OK, and it changes permission. What it does is that it allows Signal Magician to upload files. Actually, it allows for you to upload the files from the control panel, like images, like avatar images for Signal provider profiles, and also it allows to create log files for the plugins of Signal Magician, and also it allows you to upload logo. Now let me show you the new menu item is theme settings right over here. If you go there, you can see that you can remove or upload a logo file right from the Signal Magician control panel, and the same with the website icon. You can remove it or upload just directly from the control panel. So the next step is to make sure that exec and shell exec commands are enabled, and that's easy to do. Just go to the welcome page, scroll down to the PHP info table, and just see that it says exec command is enabled, and also we have disabled functions in PHP file. It says none. This means that our Signal Magician should be able to work at its full potential, kind of with all the plugins and so on. Let's take a look at the step number 9, and we need to upload files from download package. Let's just go to the download packages. I select the files and I just upload them to the server. Now these files, those are the packages that store server EA files, client EA files, and client EA advanced version files. You can see that inside there is an auto installer, there are EAs and DLL libraries for manual installation, and also instructional manual as well. So once you upload these, you should update the information on the website too. I will just copy the server EA file name. I go to my control panel, admin settings, and general settings. So here we go. Server EA from now on will be this, and the client EA will be this file name. I click update, and now users can download client EA installation files, or Signal providers can download Signal provider installation files right from the welcome page when they just log in into control panel. Now Sorry for my mouse battery is just dying. And then finally just point a browser to the control panel URL and just continue to work. Now obviously I would just need to go to my VPS server and complete an installation of EAs. Let me just open okay, go to my Dropbox, VPS TMP folder, and I have my Java client EA installation file. They should appear just in a moment. Here we go, Dropbox just uploaded them. So I just run the server EA first. Server EA always need to be installed and updated first. I click next. Now I just select my census capital, I think it's number 2. Here we go, terminal number 2. Okay, now I install client EA. And this one goes to the terminal number 3, and also fix open terminal number 1. Here we go. So installation is finished now, and first I will just go to my server EA. I refresh the list of the expert advisors, and then I will attach the new EA to the chart. Now I need to enter my username. Let me get those first. Okay, here we go. I run the server EA first. It just makes all the necessary updates of any open trades to the server. And next step would be to run the client EAs. I refresh the list first. Here we go, the EA. Click OK, and the client EA should load. Here we go. Now let me get the third EA. I refresh the list once again, find the EA. Here we go. So now we have 2 client EAs updated to the latest version and also the server EA. And now I will just test to see if new orders come in. The easiest way to test is just to place pending order kind of far from the price that can be triggered, you know, so something like this would seem quite reasonable for testing. Sorry, that's a stop loss. Okay. Pending order by limit at this price, place it, go to my client, and just wait for it to appear. I have 5-second synchronization rate because almost I trade pending order, so there's no need for fast synchronization for me. And yeah, here we go. I just received those orders, so copy trading works. And that would be it for the installation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys will find it useful when updating your Signal Magician, and I will see you in the next one.